Memories of war. Keywords: memory, war, care home, widow, recall, childhood, dizzy, blood pressure, rationed, Second World War, invade, declare, drop, bomb, evacuate, host family, village, challenge, ration, starve, in a row, destroyed, injured, killed, hope, courage. Last night, Olov visited his mother, Trudy. She is 90 years old and lives in a care home nearby. Trudy was born in England, but she moved to Norway when she married Olov's father. She has been a widow for many years now. Trudy still recalls her childhood in England very well, and she loves telling Olov about it. Olov, hello, Mum. How are you today? Everything okay? Trudy, oh, hello, darling. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Just a little dizzy at the moment. My blood pressure is a bit low these days. Olov, why don't you sit down and have a glass of soda and some of the cookies that I bought you? That might help. Trudy, yes please, that sounds lovely. You know how much I love cookies. We didn't have many sweets when I was a child. There was a war, you know. Sugar was rationed. Olov, I know. It must have been very hard growing up during the Second World War, especially in London. Trudy, absolutely. Did I tell you about my life in England during the war? Olov, yes, Mum, you did, but I'd like to hear about it again. Trudy, well, I was 7 years old when the war started. Hitler and the Germans invaded Poland in September 1939. And Britain and France declared war on Germany 2 days later. Then the Germans started dropping bombs over London and other British cities, so Britain decided to evacuate the children who lived there. Thousands of children were sent by train from the city to the countryside to live with host families. About 1.5 million children were evacuated during the whole war, and I was one of them. They called us evacuees. Olov, it must have been hard to leave your mum and dad behind in London. Trudy, yes, it sure was. I remember how I cried at the railway station when we said goodbye, but I believe it was even worse for my mum. You know, the parents didn't want to separate from their children, but they knew it was for the best, to keep us safe. Olov, I see. But how was life in the countryside during the war? Trudy, it was much safer in the countryside than in London. Around the villages there were farms which produced milk, eggs and vegetables, so we had enough to eat. We went to school and lived more or less normal lives. The biggest challenge for us was living in a new family without our parents. We didn't know if and when we would see them again. Oh, love, that's sad. But how was the situation in London? Trudy, life in London was very hard. There was little to buy in the shops, and the food was rationed. People were starving there. London was bombed by the German Luftwaffe for more than 50 nights in a row. Can you believe that? We call it the London Blitz. 1 million houses were destroyed and thousands of people were injured or killed. My Aunt Jane and Uncle Steve lost their home in the Blitz, too. Oh, love, oh. I didn't know that. How awful. Trudy, have you heard about Vera Lynn, oh, love? She was a very popular British singer during the war. My dear host mum used to sing along whenever she heard a Vera Lynn song. Everybody loved her music. Her songs gave people hope and courage in hard times. Oh, love, yes, Mum, of course I've heard of Vera Lynn. Let's listen to one of her songs together. Trudy, lovely. Minigramma, adjectives, comparative, page 175 verbs, past simple, pages 165 to 169. Let's talk. 1. Say 3 things you know about Trudy, Olaf's mother. 2. What happened during the London Blitz? 3. Do you know any other facts about the Second World War?